the branch of philosophy that delves into the very essence of reality, including questions about existence, change, time, cause, and effect, is called metaphysics. It is considered to be one of the main four branches of philosophy, alongside epistemology, logic, and ethics. Metaphysics seeks to explore the relationship between mind and matter, substance and attribute, and potentiality and actuality, as well as to answer abstract and general inquiries about existence and what it is like. The word metaphysics comes from the Greek words meta, after, and physika, physics, and was coined by a first-century editor who compiled Aristotle's works into a treatise we now know as Metaphysics. While some may use the term metaphysics when referring to beliefs in magical or non-physical entities, metaphysics as a subject is not centered on promoting such beliefs. Rather, it provides vocabulary and logic to analyze and study them for inconsistencies within themselves and other accepted systems such as science. A person who creates or theorizes about metaphysical ideas is called a metaphysician. The theme of this passage is metaphysics, ontology, and identity explored in philosophy. The debate on what constitutes the world studied by metaphysics is divided into two opposing views: metaphysical realism and metaphysical anti-realism. While ontology is concerned with concepts such as existence, being, becoming, and reality, it explores how entities are grouped into categories in which entities exist on the most fundamental level. Identity is another fundamental metaphysical concern, where ontologists investigate what it means for something to be identical to itself or something else. The implications of metaphysical positions on identity extend far beyond philosophy to issues such as ethics and law. The concept of identity, which refers to the relationship that a thing bears to itself and not to anything else, is a complex philosophical topic. Leibniz's law of the indiscernibility of identicals, which states that two objects with the same identity must share all properties, is widely accepted. However, objects can change over time, leading to two rival theories: perdurantism and endurantism. Endurantism maintains that objects persist over time by being numerically identical, with intrinsic properties remaining unchanged while extrinsic properties can change. Perdurantism, on the other hand, posits that four-dimensional objects persist unchanged while the three-dimensional slices that make up the object can differ. The relationship between identity in space and time is also explored in classical philosophy, special relativity, and quantum field theory. The laws of physics are symmetrical in time, yet we perceive time as flowing in one direction. The theme of the story is the complexity of identity, and the various ways in which it is affected by change in time. The theme of the paragraph is metaphysics in philosophy, particularly in relation to questions about causation, possible worlds, and the totality of all phenomena in space and time. The paragraph discusses various philosophical views on these topics, such as David Lewis' concrete modal realism and Leibniz's concept of necessary and possible facts. The paragraph also touches upon the law of identity and the principle of non-contradiction as fundamental philosophical principles. Finally, the paragraph explores modern metaphysical cosmology and cosmogony, which try to answer questions about the origin of the universe, its ultimate material components, and its purpose. The style of the paragraph should be informative and objective, emphasizing the philosophical concepts and theories being discussed. The theme of this passage is the relationship between determinism and free will, and how philosophers have attempted to reconcile the two ideas. The writing style should be clear and concise in order to communicate this complex topic. Throughout the last century, various scientific theories such as materialistic monism and functionalism have dominated philosophical discourse. Determinism, the belief that every event is causally determined by prior occurrences, challenges the existence of free will. Incompatibilists view the two concepts as mutually exclusive, but compatibilists believe they can be reconciled. Libertarians accept free will but reject determinism. Social construction theorists have debated the classification of natural and social kinds, with Plato believing in objective distinctions and Michel Foucault and Jorge Luis Borges questioning the capacity of such classifications. Alyssa Ney notes a metaphysical difference between the two systems, and Jason Josephson Storm argues that social kinds may still be real if determined by empirical observation. The theme of the story is the practical application of metaphysics in various fields such as philosophy, science, and information technology. While metaphysics is highly hypothetical, it provides basic ontology and other metaphysical stances on topics such as causality and agency, which serve as foundations for theories in various fields. Philosophy of morality, aesthetics, and religion all require a metaphysical foundation, with the existence of entities such as value, beauty, and God postulated similarly. Systems engineering is based on metaphysics without acknowledging it. Science has been transformed into an empirical activity deriving from experiment and is now considered a separate discipline from philosophy, which denotes non-empirical philosophical inquiry into the nature of existence. Metaphysics continues asking why where science leaves off, providing the end of a science theory. The role of metaphysics in scientific theorizing has been a topic of recent interest in philosophy, with Alexander Court leading the way in declaring that scientific progress is not solely based on experiment, but on outstripping it. John Watkins' contribution to this discussion has been the idea that untestable metaphysical propositions can still influence the development of scientific theories. Imre Lakatos argues that all scientific theories have a metaphysical hardcore essential to generating hypotheses and assumptions. This thesis is exemplified by the ontological changes in the concept of species in biology from Aristotle to Darwin. In physics, quantum mechanics challenges traditional philosophical notions of individuality and determinism. Gilbert Newton Lewis challenges traditional notions of motion in chemistry, and Catherine Hawley notes that even